Miongoni mwa majeruhi 8 ambao wali
Out of 8 casualties taken to the referral hospital yesterday, 2 died at the hospital, bringing the total to 8 of those who have died. 6 casualties remain.
Alikuwa na mimba, kwa hiyo tumesubiri daktari sasa hivi
kuhudumia wagonjwa. Pia watu wawili tena waliongezeka.
2 more have died, 1 an expectant mother. So far the total number of those who have died is 8.
Fariki watu nao sasa ni watu 8.
Kwa hiyo baada ya kuwa tumefika pale na ndabali tusikia gari imetoka kule kwa ngambo kwa speed. Kilichofuata mimi hapo siwezi kuelewa, labda mimi.
When I came to, I was already injured.
The second Vice President of Zanzibar, Hamed Selemani Abdallah, has conducted an inspection visit at Zanzibar International Airport, and where he expressed dissatisfaction with the operations of the airport after finding the cargo scanning machine not working.
Watu waone matokeo. Airport leo mpaka sasa anapita mtu.
Passengers and goods are inspected by hand. When machines are there, if it is an emergency, then it is understandable. But it's been 3 months. I know there are issues regarding salaries. Management sit together and have a discussion about this.
Malalamiko ya wafanyakazi hapa airport. Leo sikupata fursa ya kuzungumza na wafanyakazi. Management ya rekebisheni.
A day after a fire burnt down a dormitory at Loreto Girls Secondary School that is owned by the Catholic Church in Ilemela District, Mwanza region, the district's Defense and Security Committee has released a report on the source of the fire.
Chanzo cha moto kwenye bweni hilo ghorofa ya 3 iliyoungua ni umeme, ni short ya umeme.
When I came to, I was already injured. Chanzo cha moto Loreto, Dr. Severin. The fire in the dormitory was caused by an electrical shock. Investigation has been conducted and we are expecting initial results. We must continue to take precaution in buildings and in areas where students meet so as to protect our students. Fire incidences call for an in-depth investigation because it is happening a lot in schools.
Kwa sababu waziri mkuu na serikali wana vyombo, ningeliomba sasa.
I'm asking for government bodies to find the root cause of this problem, which is tarnishing our country's image. There has been an extensive damage, but we are lucky that the building was insured.
The Regional Commissioner of Morogoro, Loata Olesanare, has issued a stern warning to cement traders who are violating government directives to immediately stop selling cement at 20 to 25,000 shillings and instead to sell it at the price set by the government of not more than 16,000 per kg.
Wametoka shilingi 13,000 mpaka 18,000 hapo awali.
It has risen from 13,000 to 18, but now it is as high as 25,000. It is not acceptable and doesn't make sense. I'm asking that the price remains that issued by the government.
Kama Tanga Cement hatujapandisha bei ya cement. Bei yetu ni ile ile, mara ya mwisho tulibadilisha bei kwa mwezi wa 6.
Our price is the same. The last time there was an increase, it was in June. But as Tanga Cement, we have not increased the price. This is hard for people because they are not able to meet their goals.
Wanachanganyikiwa, yani unajua inachanganya akili kwa sababu wakati unapotaka kufanya kitu chako halafu unakuta kitu
Residents that had been directed to move from the area affected geologically in Kunduchi, Dar es Salaam have requested for support to be able to move from the area.
Na mtoto mmoja mwanafunzi alionekana akiwa amezama, kwa maana alimfuata mtoto mwingine mdogo, walikuwa watoto wawili.
There was one student who was spotted in the area, but we managed to get him out.
Ile tatizo ni la muda mrefu kwa sisi tunayokaa.
This is an old problem. I had to move to another area because houses were sinking.
Hatuhitaji kupoteza mwananchi yoyote kwa sababu tahadhari imeshatoka.
We don't want to lose any citizens because precaution has already been issued.
Wana evacuate, wanaondoka mazingira haya hatarishi.
Property belonging to Nyanza Cooperative worth 61 billion shillings that was sold without following procedure, including houses, plots and crops, have successfully been returned to the cooperative after the team formed by Prime Minister Majaliwa evaluated and verified the assets.
A total of 37 assets that were outside ACU have been returned. If as a union leader you find that you are not fit for the job, then it is best that you leave quietly. Without the Prime Minister's office sending the team, you wouldn't be here today. The cooperative union must change and operate like a business.
The National Environment Management Council, NEMC, has expressed satisfaction with the ongoing construction at the Julius Nyerere Hydro Power Plant at River Rufiji, which has also meant adhering to government conservation requirements.
The progress is good. If it doesn't rain, then the project will be completed on time. Tanzanians, we can, and I'm confident that once this project is completed, the economy of Tanzania will rise.
That's all for national news. International news is next. And now in international news. The Security Department in Uganda has said the number of demonstrators who died in the protest last Wednesday has gone up to 45 and that 836 people who took part in the protests have been arrested.
The riots have so far claimed 45 lives.
The riots have so far claimed 45 lives, 39 men and 6 women, aged between 19 to 40.
And U.S. President-elect Joe Biden is expected to nominate veteran diplomat Anthony Blinken as his Secretary of State, according to media reports. Blinken, at 58, served as Deputy Secretary of State and as Deputy National Security Advisor in President Barack Obama's administration, in which Biden served as Vice President. A graduate of Harvard University, Columbia Law School, and a longtime Democratic foreign policy presence, Blinken has touted the view that Washington needs to take an active role in the world. The Directorate of Criminal Investigation, DCI, in Kenya has said that it started fresh investigation on 72 murder cases, 44 cases of those who had been banished from their land, and numerous cases of gender violence, following a directive given by the government to look into the cases so as to avoid reoccurrence of post-election violence that had occurred in 2007-2008.
You know very well, ama tunajua, there are no criminal cases which are ever crossed. Criminal cases are live throughout their lifespan. Kwanza sio kusema kwamba kwa hii makesi hakuna watu hakushikwa, watu walishikwa. Na hiyo ni ukweli, si ndio? Lakini wengine waliposhikwa kama kule walikuwa 40. Unapata that time walikuwa arrested only 7. Then we're asking ourselves, where are the 33? And then everything depends. If we have means ourselves to get the 33, to ensure that everybody who perpetrated this heinous extremism must face the law, then we shall go for the 33.
That's all for the international news. Business News is next.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production. Infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and now in business news. A local company dealing with agriculture and markets, Jatu, has enlisted more than 2 million shares at the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange worth more than 1 billion shillings.
We're here to witness the listing of this company in Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange.
Katika soko la hisa la Dar es Salaam. Ama mazao yanaharibika kwa sababu hamna soko.
Inside Jatu PLC, there is market for produce through Jatu Markets.
Jatu Market. Sio tu katika sekta ya fedha hapa nchini, kwa kuwa tunaweka historia.
Because this is history in listing the first company started and owned by youths who have not been employed in the formal sector but have been listed in the stock exchange.
Kuorodheshwa katika soko la hisa.
Cashew nut farmers from Mayanga Ward in Mtwara district have expressed concern on delayed payments by some banks for their cashew nuts sold through the Agricultural Marketing Cooperative.
We don't understand why farmers are not paid on time. The problem is with money leaving the bank and getting to the farmer. Farmers banking at different banks face challenges. Days pass before they get paid. But those banking at NMB, by next day they receive payment.
Wanapata changamoto inapofika baada ya siku 3-4 bado hawajapata hela.
Farmers in Rukwa region have urged the government to start a special procedure that will enable distribution of agricultural inputs before the start of the farming season in order to avoid incurring losses caused by lack of inputs.
Naomba serikali kwamba zana wanazotuletea za matrekta, mbegu, mbolea wanaleta kwa muda ambao sio wenyewe wanachelewesha. Wangekuwa wanaleta muda mwafaka.
Tunaiomba serikali na mashirika yasiyo ya kiserikali kutusaidia sisi wakulima wadogo, kutuwaishia pembejeo za kilimo.
And that's all for Business News. Sports is next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
And now in sports. The National Sports Council has directed Tanzania Professional Boxing Regulatory Committee to make sure boxers' data is uploaded to BoxRec by Fridays after failing to do so for a long time now.
Baada ya kulisikia tumewaita viongozi tumekaa nao kuuliza tatizo nini, inaonekana ni matatizo ya kizembe.
After hearing it, we called the leaders to hear what the problem is, and we have realized it is just lack of seriousness and ignorance. It looks like the technology is still low, maybe, I don't know, but there is a lack of seriousness and lack of knowledge.
Wakae chini kama viongozi wa kamisheni, wahakikishe wana sort down hilo tatizo na kuhakikisha matokeo ya mabondia yanaingia.
The chairman of the Footballers Association, Sputanza Musa Kisoki, says most of the teams that were relegated last season have not paid their players, citing lack of sponsors as the reason.
Most of the cases now are from players who were playing for teams that have been relegated. Most of them have not been able to pay their players. As you know, after being relegated, you cannot get sponsorship. It is easier to ask about your money when you are in the Premier League, because most of the times the league board makes sure the players are paid.
The head of African football, Ahmad Ahmad, has been banned from football for 5 years by FIFA following an ethics investigation by World Football's governing body. Here's the story.
Ahmad Ahmad from Madagascar was found guilty of breaching his duty of loyalty, offering and accepting gifts and other benefits, misappropriation of funds, and of abusing his position by the adjudicatory chamber of FIFA's Independent Ethics Committee. In addition to the ban, he was fined 200,000 Swiss francs. Ahmad was elected CAF president in March 2017 and last month submitted his candidacy to serve a second term in office, with elections due to take place next year. The investigation by FIFA's Ethics Committee covered various issues related to the governance of CAF during his tenure.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored twice but picked up a worrying late injury as Milan, the Serie A leaders, beat 10-man Napoli 3-1, their first league victory in Naples for a decade.
The 9-year-old forward opened the scoring with a bullet header into the bottom corner in the first half, then bundled in his second to take his league goal tally to 10 in 6 games. Dries Mertens pulled one back for the hosts before a clumsy challenge by Timo Bakayoko earned the Napoli midfielder a second yellow card. Ibrahimovic was forced off with a muscle problem with 11 minutes to go and was pictured sitting on the bench with an ice pack strapped to his left leg. Milan made sure of victory in stoppage time as Jens Peter Hodge grabbed their third goal.
And former South Africa international defender Anele Nkonka has died in a car accident on Monday.
By his Premier League club, Amazulu. 33-year-old Nkonka was a member of South Africa's squad at the 2010 World Cup and started the 2-1 victory over France, winning 53 caps over 7 years in the national team. His last appearance was in 2016. He also spent 9 seasons at Belgian side Genk, competing in the Champions League in 5 of those and making 279 appearances. The right-back was named in the club's Team of the Century in 2015, alongside Real Madrid goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois and Manchester City midfielder Kevin De Bruyne.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.